So I'm doing a little bit of in-season practice this evening. It's an absolutely gorgeous night to shoot. I'm the only one out here, which is nutso. Just shot this little deer target at 39 yards. One shot, perfect shot, kill. Perfect kill shot right there. The reason why I wanted to make this video is based on an Instagram reel that I watched before I came out here. It was made by She Shoots X's. Good, channel. I like her. I follow her. I'm not here to bash her or anything like that. But she made a reel because people were complaining about the bow that she brought to the Bowhunter Games in Tennessee, and I wanted to talk about it. So the bow that she brought, it was some sort of a tournament bow. Like, I don't know exactly what model it was. I know it was a white Hoyt target bow. And, shorter, bow hunting stabilizers. I know that they needed non-micro adjustable sights, like you couldn't have individual clicks to do elevation. You had to do like a large gang adjustment. I'm sure there was an arrow diameter restriction. I'm not privy about the whole competition thing for the Bowhunter Games. I'm just assuming. And, that really got me thinking. I haven't been into competition archery for that long. I got into competition archery in 2021 when my wife and I moved out here to Wyoming. For some reason, there's a lot more target archery out here in Wyoming than there was in western Minnesota. Go figure. And this is just the observation I have had over my short time shooting local tournaments and stuff like that. Why the hell do we have a bow hunter class anyways? Like, why don't we just start calling it retarded open class? I know that's going to offend some people, and that sounds kind of harsh. Kind of is. But, I mean, that's really what it is. Let me break that down real quick. So, especially in indoor archery and to a certain extent, outdoor archery, bow hunter class, at least out here in Wyoming, basically meant that you had to shoot fixed pins and not move your sight. Past that, there really wasn't that much rules to encourage people shooting hunting bows. Like, that's my hunting bow. It's a Matthews Arc 30, 70 pounds, 26.5-inch mods. I'm shooting a 410 grain Easton Axis. That's my hunting rig. I'm shooting a 5-pin slider, 15-inch front bar, 8-inch back bar, and I always shoot with my quiver on. I like having ammunition on the bow. That's just what I like. But when you go to these competitions, everyone in bow hunter class, everyone is shooting target bows with short stabilizers, great big fat target arrows, and fancying themselves as shooting in bow hunter class. Well, I'm here to tell you something. Bow hunters find it repulsive to shoot with people in bow hunter class who are shooting target bows. Now, I understand that she was playing within the rules. I'm not here to bash her or anything like that, that she's just playing by the rules. I understand there's a lot of money at stake, right? The guy who won $60,000. Pretty awesome. But if the ASA's goal is to have a tournament for people like me, I mean, long-range hunting bows, that's my style of archery. I know some people are going to get offended by me saying long-range hunting bows, whatever. But that's my style of archery. I like shooting hunting bows and seeing how accurate I can get them at long range because I want to be as good as I can be for bow hunting. I mean, the reason why I got into tournament archery to begin with, I'm not some super hyper competitive person. Some people are out there just to curb stomp the other archers, and they're all about getting the buckle. They're all about getting buckles and trophies and stuff. I couldn't care less. I'm doing this because I want to be effective in the field when I'm hunting. That's it. End of story. And so, like, when there's a tournament set up for people like me, because they want to encourage bow hunters going and shooting organized competitions with big money at stake, right? I think that's a market, a segment of the archery community that they thought they could tap into, and they called it the Bowhunter Games, right, to encourage people to bring bow hunter setups. Like, hey, well, we'll put the targets at 80 yards. We'll put some equipment restrictions on there. This is for bow hunters. We're going to call it the Bowhunter Games. Come on, it's going to be fun. But when people bring tournament bows, essentially, right? Target bows that are just making grilled cheese at midnight, right? They're just tournament bows with shorter stabilizers and no magnification. And apparently the magnification thing really freaked out a whole bunch of the target archers that decided to come. Like I saw, Paige Pierce, she said like, man, not shooting magnification was weird. Mike Slosher, he was there. He said, man, shooting with no magnification is weird. And like, I don't know, as me as a bow hunter, it's just kind of like, well, that's just what we deal with. Like we just kind of shoot without magnification. So we really don't know what that's like. And to me, the Bowhunter Games, they kind of marketed it as, well, let's try and get these bow hunters to come and shoot an organized competition, put some big money on the line. But what it really seemed like to me was that the Bowhunter Games marketed towards target archers and basically said, hey, we have this big money shoot, it's for bow hunters. And then all these tournament archers just went, well, I want to play because there's big money at stake, and I'm going to do anything I can to win. And again, like, as just a normal guy that likes competition archery just to get better at bow hunting, it's just unappealing to me. Like, you guys can go do all that kind of stuff. You can go and shoot your target bows with short stabilizers and no magnification. Oh, complain there's no magnification. I'll just go to Total Archery Challenge. It just seems so much less stressful. Everyone there is there for a good time. No one is worried about rules or regulations. There's no controversy. You just go, bring your hunting setup. Everyone's there to get better at hunting. You miss a few targets, you break a few arrows. That's par for the course. That's kind of my thoughts about competition bows or hunting bows and competition and all this crap. I mean, at a certain point, I'm just kind of over it. If I'm going to go to an organized tournament, I'm going to bring my hunting bow because I want to get better at bow hunting. I don't want to do it because I want to win $60,000. I just want to go shoot my bow and have fun, And when I see people fancying themselves as being in shooting a bow hunter setup with a tournament bow, it's just kind of repulsive. So, kind of a long-winded way of saying, I kind of agree with the critics. If it's going to be a bow setup for something called the Bowhunter Games, you really ought to bring a bow hunting bow. Which the people that won, the guy and the gal that won had hunting bows. So maybe what do I know? Anyways, that's my rant. I'm over it.